BXB. It's in the game!
Hey guys, it's me, Ben. I am back with another review. This time I'm looking at Carmageddon Max Damage on the PS4. It's also coming out on Xbox One, and I think it's due to be released on Windows, PC and stuff pretty soon as well. Now, Carmageddon is one of those games. It came out originally, the original Carmageddon, in the late 90s on early PCs, and obviously it was famous for its controversy, its violence, its bad language, its lewdness, everything about it courted controversy, and it reveled in it. And you know that was the whole thing of it at that time. Now, admittedly, I was never a big Carmageddon player. I really love the film Carmageddon's inspired by, which is Death Race 2000, and I even quite enjoy the awful newer Death Race films. But you know, there's something about the original Carmageddon, it never grabbed me. And I'll just be honest. And I think this game is very much going to be courting that same controversy. It's basically trying to draw you in through your nostalgia of when you were a violent little teenager and enjoyed, you know, gory games for the sake of it. Because there's not a lot else going for this game, I have to admit. Now, Carmageddon Max Damage is the consolifized, is that a word? Not really, but it's the console version of Carmageddon Reincarnation, which was a Kickstarter project that was launched back, I think it was in 2013, or possibly even earlier than that. Now, that game came out on PC in 2015, and this is now those console version of that game, of that Carmageddon sort of reboot. And the reason I'm not talking about the game that much is that it's really bad. Basically, Carmageddon is just this excuse for violence, and it does very little to actually be an engaging video game. In most of the modes, you can either do checkpoint races to win the race, you can take out your opponents, or you can kill as many civilians as possible. There are various power-ups in the game that help you do that, and in this mode that I'm playing here, it's kind of like a capture the flag type mode where I'm running to checkpoints, and the more checkpoints I grab, and the quicker I have to outdo the opponents, and that way I win. And it's just boring, disappointingly so, because everybody likes a little bit of sort of silly violence for the sake of it from time to time, and you know that's what this is. But it's also a very slight experience, and I don't often talk about prices of games because I really think a game should stand on its own merits regardless of its sort of the price people are asking for it. But when a game like this is up for £30 on the store, and it just feels unfinished, unpolished, with very little in there to actually draw your attention, I just don't understand it. I mean, there are these big sprawling maps filled with these sort of uninspired, you know, textures, these civilians that are stupid and let you kill them all the time, you know, and then there's the cars. They all handle really poorly. The driving itself is really bad. The power-ups are ridiculous and poorly explained. I'm okay with games that don't have a lot of tutorialization, but Carmageddon just throws stuff at you, and there you go. Let's see what sticks. It's covered in this sheen of late 90s humor and vulgarity that just doesn't play as we reach, you know, the end of the second decade in the new millennium. It just all feels so dated and throwback, and it's gonna draw people in off of nostalgia, but it's just not enough of a game here anymore. And it's cool that at least the original studio in some form who made this game are involved with this remake, and you know that's great that they're trying to bring things back, and it does have a couple of fun visual styles, and there is a level of bombastic fun here to be had, but it just falls so short of what it could be, and because of that I really can't give Carmageddon Carmageddon Max Damage, to give it its full title, much more than like a 2 out of 5. It's not a 1 because it does some of the things it's trying to do kind of well, I guess, which is, you know, let's show lots of violence for the sake of it and lots of gore and just be really sort of puerile. I don't feel it's like it's striving for anything more than that, so it achieves its goal. It's just a shame its goal is so goddamn low. So like I said, 2 stars.